everybody, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum PokéRadar FateLocke. In the last episode, we made our way through the entirety of the Galactic HQ in Veilstone City, and we took down Team Galactic boss Cyrus for the second time. And thanks to our Gyarados, Dan, Drywall Master of the Universe, we danced him to death with Dragon Dance, Aqua Tail, and Ice Fang. And it went fairly alright, despite the scare at the start with Sneasel using Screech. But luckily, I was able to intimidate it several times until it just stopped using Screech. Thankfully, because Dan's partner for the fight was Douglas Dimmadome, who could take hits really well. It just went really well, like most things have in this adventure, which is just really awesome to see, honestly. I couldn't be more grateful with how decent luck we've had this whole game. I would say unbelievably incredible luck, but you know, the two deaths that we've had were two critical hits. And the first one was to a critical hit and a speed tie. The second one I own, but the first one was just like doubly screwed, which happened to take place in this building. But that's not the point. Anyways, this episode, we need to chase Team Galactic. And we need to go to the top of Mount Coronet to the Spear Pillar. It's time. I can't believe it's almost time. We'll be in the Distortion World next episode. That's ridiculous, like we should be anyways. But we do have to climb Mount Coronet, which takes a lot of HM moves. And I did teach all the HM moves to my team because I can. It's just more convenient that way. And in my original Wedlocke of this game, I didn't have any Pokemon on my team that could learn Rock Climb. Meaning I actually had to get out an HM user, and by doing so, it made it so I had to leave an entire pair behind. While this is not a Wedlocke, it's a FateLocke, meaning I can change my team however I would like, but I still would like to keep my 6 on here. This is the team that I've had for quite some time now, and I'm going to have these 6 on the team until one of them is to die. And hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they're here throughout the rest of the game with us. And they're going to do one of the most important things of our challenge, being going to the Distortion World, together. They're not going to have anybody sit out for this. I've got all 6 of them, and we're going into this strong as a team. Dan, Drywall Master of the Universe, the Goofmeister, Douglas Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, our little Rotom Plasmius, Oswald, and Pascal are going to take down everything Team Galactic has to throw at us in the Distortion World and on the way to Spear Pillar. And they're going to all do it without any problems. I believe in the team. I really do. I believe in them. So, what we've got here, Pascal doesn't have very many good moves, so I burdened him with the most HMs. He has Rock Smash instead of Mega Drain. Giga Drain's always going to be better, and I doubt it'll run out of power points. And Strength, which he had from the last episode. And I actually got rid of Goofy's Pluck that I taught, which never actually got used once, but I don't think I was ever going to use it on somebody else anyways, so it's okay, I suppose. And I taught Rock Climb. A little oversight, but we need Rock Climb, and Goofy uses it well, and I didn't want to give it to Dimmadome, who I believe is the only other Pokemon capable of learning it, because Dimmadome's moveset is really strong all across the board. I could have gotten rid of Dragon Breath, sure, but I'll probably get rid of that for like Thunder Fang or Ice Fang. Probably Ice Fang before we take down the Distortion World is the plan. I might forget. I might get too lazy. I don't think it's that important. Anyways, this cave painting that we saw a couple of episodes prior is now smashed to bits. It looks like they're going to go ahead and call me and have Dan come in and fix that wall. You know, he specializes in drywall, have you heard? Anyways, Sloker's like, observe, if you will, that hole. That hole needs... Yeah, that hole needs a whole lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I saw a joke involving a hole, and the word hole, like W-H-O-L-E, and hole, I saw a good joke, but I forget it. It's unfortunate. I mean, Looker, never mind. I have no idea where I was going with that. Anyways, yeah, it's Team Galactic that's done this, and I could never find this when I was a kid. I had that problem with a lot of things. In Pokemon Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire when I was a kid, I was unable to... He gives me a black flute? Okay, I'll check that out in a second. I had no idea. I don't care about Looker, though. I'm going to stop Team Galactic for us, not for him. I don't care about him. But in Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire, I was unable to find the Sky Pillar, which is arguably easier to find than this. I mean, maybe they tell you. I have no idea, but this is really out of the way. Unless you, like, just go explore the world with Rock Climb. But I miss the days when Pokemon didn't hold your hand. I won't lie about it. It was cool, but it taught us back in the day. I'm gonna go on an old man speech. Back in the day, it taught us things about games. Like, I learned so much in playing Pokemon, not just being able to rush to the end. Makes Pokemon less likely to appear. Okay, I'll play the flute. Not that it matters, but we scroll all the way down to it. I might as well use it at least once before I never look at it again. Is there any hidden items around here? There's not? Well then fine. I'm just gonna fight some Team Galactic grunts, because there's quite a few of them, I believe, on the way up to the spear pillar. I don't think there's any on this side, just an item, which is a star piece. I'm not going back to the Fuego Ironworks. I will at some point, probably, like off screen, when I need shards for moves. If I need shards for moves, rather. But I digress. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Don't do this to me. I guess I was going to say something about how when I was a kid, I had like a level 80 Infernape at the point before I found the spear pillar. Like, the internet wasn't as readily available, at least to me. So I struggled a lot. It's kind of like in Ruby and Sapphire. I had like a level 100 Blaziken. I liked my firefighting starters, apparently. Anyways, let's go ahead and leave Pascal. Sure. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I hate that. Sometimes when I'm commentating, I go on like a tangent and I forget about something I was gonna say. And when I do that, it gets in my head and I'm trying to remember what I said, and then it completely derails my entire train of thought. It's unfortunate. I finally get what derails train of thought means. It's a train and it derailed it. It's brilliant. That's a good analogy. Is that what you would call it? I guess so. All right, what we got? We got a 3. Dan? Mistakes have been made. Yeah, it's fine. Sure, I'll just switch. Pascal can handle a Stunky. It's a Stunky, for crying out loud. But I might as well just switch. You can't do anything to Dimmadome. You're probably going to use... I didn't expect Night Slash, I'll be completely honest. I expected like some special attacking poison move. Either way, Dimmadome could come out. Or Earthquake this thing to bits, and it'll be done. Anyways, basically this episode is the... What would you call that? The uphill? What do you call that? We're getting to our climax, basically. The next episode is going to be the climax, basically, of the entire adventure. Because we have to go to the Distortion World next time, and that's a lot. That's the biggest part of Platinum, in my eyes, along with many other people as well. I have never been able to defeat Cyrus in the Distortion World in a Nuzlocke or Wedlocke type challenge without losing several Pokemon. I've never been able to do it, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. We came up short in our Pokemon Platinum Wedlocke earlier on in the years of the channel. We just came up short. It actually came down to one move, I believe. One critical hit is what did it, and we would have done it without losing anybody. It's one of my favorite fights on the channel to go back and watch, but it's also one of the most soul-crushing ones to go back and watch, just because I know how close we really were. And if there's ever a team that's going to be able to do it, this is the team. Plasmius is 4. I roll a 4. Anyways, this is the team. And it's going to take an awful lot of pondering my life choices if we don't beat Cyrus this time around without losing anybody. So it's going to take me a lot to think of strategies. It's going to mean really, really considering absolutely every single avenue, because right now it's kind of obvious to a lot of people that might be just like, okay, Dragon Dance, done. Now, that might be true. I could Dragon Dance, but I know he leads with a Houndoom. And this is just a little bit of thoughts that I have here. Oh, that's what I was going to say back there. Thank God I remembered. I can't get an encounter here because I already... Really? I sidetracked myself that bad just to say that? Yeah, I get one encounter from Mount Coronet, and I already got it like 30 episodes ago. Like, less than that, but you know what I'm saying. It was a Meditite. So, you might be like, why'd you do that? You could have got something cool up top up here. Well, by getting Meditite, I got Oswald. So, it was the best decision I could have made, basically. Anyways, I think this is actually the correct way. No, it's not. This is a dead end. That's right. Oh, I guess I could have gotten something really cool up here. Because with the Super Rod here, I believe you can find Dratini. And because of my key items clause, I allow super rod usage. So I could have gotten a Dragonite, but would it really be that important? It doesn't really matter, to be quite honest with you. I like Oswald much better than a Dratini because I know Oswald. I don't know Dratini, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Actually, I think you need Waterfall to get to the spot with Dratini. I could be wrong. I hate when they lock a hidden item behind Rock Smash. Anybody else? Anyways, this episode also has to do... This isn't the preparations for Cyrus. The preparations for Cyrus happen off-screen before the next episode. I'll plan all of that stuff out, come up with my best strategies, and we're just going to go at it next time. But this episode is much different than that. This is the calm before the storm, if you will, before Cyrus. Obviously, Cyrus is probably the most dangerous battle in the entire game, arguably even more difficult than any of the Elite Four and Champion. But the Elite Four and Champion are all consecutive. This is just one thing. If I lost everybody, I could retrain if I really wanted to. Not that I think that's going to happen. I don't even think it's possible. He doesn't have anything that could, like, set up to sweep me. So maybe my best bet is to set up to sweep him. We'll see. I'll think about that then. But this is also kind of a bit of a scary thing for me because I have never tested this type of Pokemon Platinum playthrough before. As you guys know, I hacked in all of the key items at the start of our adventure. That was the whole point of the PokéRadar FateLocke. To get the PokéRadar, I just hacked in every single item because I'm using a real cartridge. I don't have any way to save, edit, or anything just to put the PokéRadar in here. If I could, I would have, but I can't. So I have stuff like the Red Chain, and more importantly, the Azure Flute. So I'm worried that our adventure might come to an end just because of the key items. Like, I've heard in the comment section from a couple of people that said they tried something like this on a ROM and the distortion world just wouldn't open. Like, they couldn't go. Now, that's always been a thought in the back of my mind as a possibility of something that could happen with this series. And today will be the day that I find out if that's the case or not. So you might be thinking, what if that happens? What are you going to do? Well, I do have a way around it. Not a great route around it, but I've got an idea in my head. And this series is going to be on a break anyways after the next episode, because I'm going to be continuing our other series and finishing that before I come back and finish this, has been the idea. And that would be a good timing, I guess, right? But should that happen, can I go in front of him? Nah, he'll spot me. It's fine. I'll fight him before I take the item. It doesn't matter to me. But if that happens, what I'll do is I'll start a brand new Platinum file on my other Platinum copy. Don't use any key items, you know, play it like normal, as a regular playthrough, and then get to the same point I'm at, trade every single Pokemon we have over to that file, and then just play from that one. It wouldn't matter because... Let's roll. A 1. It wouldn't matter because... Sure. Because... what am I trying to say? With the 7 gym badges, all of our Pokemon are going to obey us anyway, so it doesn't actually matter obeying-wise. The only thing that would make a big difference is I'd have to go back and fight absolutely every single trainer again if I wanted, like, to make the file the exact same. But it wouldn't actually make any difference to the file in any sense. You guys wouldn't even be able to tell if I did this. I could pretty much do it. Well, I guess my ID would change, but I'd name my character Destiny, do the exact same thing I did with everything, basically. And the only problem is it's going to take a while. Obviously, that would take a couple of days of non-stop playing Pokemon Platinum. It'd be a little relaxing, I suppose, but not really something I want to prioritize. But I don't think that's going to happen, because I've also had a couple of people say things that having all the key items have caused on their file, on their ROM, that haven't happened to me. And I'm thinking that it happened to them because they're playing on a ROM instead of a real cartridge. I'm playing on a 3DS capture card on a real cartridge. So let's just hope this doesn't become an issue. It's something I have in the back of my mind. I am aware of it being a possibility, but this was an experimental series that I really wanted to try, and I've had a backup strategy in play from the very beginning should this ever go down. Do I think it's going to go down? I don't. I think it's going to be perfectly fine, I don't think anything bad's gonna happen to the file. It's just a key items cheat. I haven't used anything else. I trained my Pokemon legitimately. I haven't used any other cheat codes other than trying to get Darkrai. But that didn't work, as you guys know. But I don't think that would have any impact on this. But if it does, I've got a route out, I suppose. Convoluted one, but it's there should I want to do it. And of course I would. I wouldn't let the series die because I'm lazy. That would never happen. I'm still recording it, even though it's not been my favorite project to work on. I will be honest with you guys there. I've talked about that, but I'm still enjoying it. I love our team. Our team has kept me motivated for it. Trap God dying was a really hard blow for me to take, but I'm still invested into this series as much as I ever have been. And if anything, I just want to go ahead and finish it out for her. And for all of you guys that have enjoyed it too, because I know a lot of you guys, this is your favorite series, like even more so than Emerald. I've seen you in the comments. I appreciate seeing things like that. I'm glad to know you guys enjoy it just as much as I enjoy recording it. Like, let's put it this way. Even at my worst of a series, it's still super enjoyed. Like, I enjoy this a lot. It's great. It's just competing with Emerald to me. And Emerald's one of my best I've ever done, and best I've ever done compared to really solid is just difficult. I rolled a 5, by the way. It's Goofy again. Well, hello, Goofy. But you know what I'm saying. I'm enjoying this. I'm really excited to see how this goes. And if anything, I'm just really nervous right now. What? It scared me for a second. I was like, wait a second, does that kill me? I know it just kills it, which is fine. I'll just switch back into Pascal, I suppose. Thanks for the free XP and saving my time. What did that actually lower is the question. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to switch back to Pascal and back to Goofy. I was paying attention. I think it lowers my attack and special attack by 2 stages, 3 stages. I think it's 2 stages, but by killing the user and then uses that. Yeah, it's a move you'd never want to use in a challenge like this, and it's a move you never want to see Metronome pull in a challenge like this. That's one of the main reasons I stand by strongly. Don't use Metronome in a Nuzlocke. That's not smart. You shouldn't do that. I've seen so many people in Nuzlocks and stuff use Metronome. Yeah, it's a fun move, and it's gimmicky, but it has a couple percentage chance to kill one of your Pokemon. Like, the chance of getting a move that can kill you is actually fairly plausible in Generation 4. Later gens, obviously, it gets smaller because there's less moves that can do stuff like that. But I think there's a percentage, actually, that's like a couple percent. Like, not that rare. It's like 1 in 70 or 1 in 80 or something like that, which is bound to happen. It's likely, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And speaking on percentages, I actually had looked up something. I know a lot of you guys, just like me, don't like randomizers. And all the Nuzlocke series on YouTube are pretty much randomizers. That's kind of the joke that we all make fun of and talk about and giggle about. But I thought of something. I was like, you guys know how on a Nuzlocke challenge on YouTube, almost every first episode has a legendary in the thumbnail. It's like they always get legendaries and then run the entire game with that single Pokemon. Boring, right? What's the point? Like, literally, what's the point? Oh, haha, legendary Pokemon. Big fun. No, it's lame. But I thought about it. I was like, what's the percentage chance to find a legendary Pokemon in a randomizer in Generation 4? Because, obviously, the more Pokemon there are, the smaller chance it's going to be. But in Gen 4, which is one people do a lot, like Heart Gold and Soul Silver and stuff like that, there are 34 legendaries and 34 legendary and mythical Pokemon. I didn't separate them because it's all basically the same thing. They'd count on the same. So out of 34 out of 493 Pokemon, that gives you a 6.9, no pun intended, basically roughly a 7% chance for every encounter to be replaced with a legendary Pokemon, which is not even that rare. Like, I find multiple 5% or 1% or 2% encounters. Our Nido Reno that we got the other episode was a 6% encounter. So, I rolled a 2, by the way. That's not the best roll for what we got here. I guess we'll stay in and Ancient Power it. Well, now we don't have a choice but to stay in. I think I can switch after I knock out the Golbat, not the point. But it's not that rare. I find multiple of things like that per playthroughs, as with most people, of course. And like the whole hype in those series that people do is like, oh my gosh, legendary, can you believe it? It's super rare. It's actually not. So 7%, not too bad. 1%'s 1 in 100. 2%'s 1 in 50. It obviously goes drastically lower. 10%'s 1 in 10. So what do you think a 7% is? It's like pretty common for the most part. It's probably around 1 in 20 something. I don't I'm not good at math, but you know what I mean. It's not too bad for the most part. So that's why people can get 2 legendary Pokemon per episode in a randomizer. And if you get that on your first episode, you win the game. It's done. Unless you're really bad, which I've seen some things. But I think what's cooler is getting a 5% or 7% encounter. Now, there are no 7% encounters, but there might be. Nah, there's not. I mean, there might be with like a repel trick, but that's we're delving too deep, my friends. But what I'm trying to say is I'd rather use like a 5% or a 1% or a 2% or a 6%. That is something really weird. Dunsparce, I've been there. Everybody has poison flying types, by the way, here, because they're Team Galactic grunts, and that's just not fun because I'm trying to get Pascal leveled up, and it doesn't really matter, I suppose, if Pascal hits level. Yeah, look, another Murkrow. Well, aren't you creative? They're like the Pokemon community, too. I'm not hating on my community. All right, this is actually done pretty good. All right, you know what? That's fine. All right, yeah, Nightshade's not a problem because I know how much it's going to do, 39 damage. How do you know that, Corm? Because I know how the move works. It does the damage of its everybody, not of its HP, of its level. You guys know that. I was going to say, nice work, Pascal. I didn't point it out, but he crit the Golbat with an Ancient Power, which I do think mattered. And then he crit this Murkrow, which I don't think mattered. But either way, it's cool. He's trying his best. And we have a Glameow for Oswald to fight, because I said I rolled a 2, I think. If I didn't, I apologize. It'd be the first time in the whole series I was wrong. Yeah, it's a 2, I think. I just looked at it. But the dice is in my hand, so it's like, how much have I twirled this around since I picked it up? Who knows? That's not the point. It's a Glameow. It doesn't actually matter. I'll fake it out because it likely has fake out, and I'd rather hit it than it hit me. I just feel humiliated in that sense. And I could have crit it and then took it out. And then who would have cared? She's got another Pokemon too. But that's not the point. Another thing that I wanted to say, I'm so mad at I was gonna say I'm so mad at myself because I'm forgetting again. This is what happens. All right, I'll just be completely real. We're gonna have real talks with Corm here. What are we doing here? Well, I guess my best bet here would be to stay in with Oswald. Yeah, Oswald would be the better bet because Murkrow might have like Air Slash or like, and Pascal's already weaker, so I guess I'd stay in with Oswald. Nah. Yeah, we'll stay with Oswald. Who's faster, actually? Yeah, we'll stay with Oswald. I gotta stay in with one of these two, and Triple Kick likely kills it. And yeah, Ancient Power would, but it might have Drill Pick or a special attacking flying move that would kill Pascal, and Oswald has pretty good special defense and defense, so yeah, we're faster than it, and that should kill it in 3 hits, I would think. It might not, but we'll see. Yeah, we're fine. That was brilliant, actually. Yes, Oswald's so good. What I wanted to say... Oh, I forgot to say something else at the start of the episode. Real talk with Corm. I've been procrastinating today. Shocking news, my dude. Basically, I got the video for the next day. That's May 25th, the time I'm recording this. I got the video edited for May 26th at 4 p.m. I was done. No, it wasn't 4. It was like 7:30. I started editing it at 4, and I got it done at like 8. That's what happened. But I thought I heard my dog. Yeah, we're fine. But I got that done. And I was like, okay, we're going to get a video recorded, right? And then I'll be able to edit that tomorrow for the next day. And then, keep up this cycle so I can keep daily videos going while I work on getting these 2 series finished. So, what time is it now, you might ask? You said you finished editing at 8. You had all this time. You're right. It's 11:30. And I think that might have to do with my commentary being just a teeny weeny bit skewed because it's later and my mind is not in the prime that it was when I started the episode. And to that I say I'm sorry. I goofed, and I'm not going to do it again. I'm not recording the Distortion World tonight. The plan was actually to record both of them tonight and be done. And maybe even a third one. That's a 6, but I dropped that. Hey, that's what Fate had in store. Whatever. Who's in slot 6? Dimmadome? Yeah, that's unfortunate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have a special attacking poison move. So, actually, what could it... Yeah, it's going to use poison type attack or Sucker Punch. I'll use Dimmadome. But another thing I wanted to mention is at the start of the episode, I forgot to mention this, I bought another wide lens. Yeah, Sucker Punch. Loser. Alright, yeah, Sucker Punch wouldn't do anything. We're fine. But what I was saying, is I bought another wide lens at the start of the episode for Plasmius. I don't think I remembered to put it on Plasmius, so hopefully I'll remember to do that after this fight. My brain's not in the right state of mind for this video. I apologize greatly, but the goal earlier was to record this, the Distortion World, and an episode after that. If the Distortion World went clean, you know, we would figure that out by then, right? But the episode after that would just be Giratina and getting to Sunny Shore, so... Well, Giratina could go bad, too, so... What's my plan for Giratina, actually? I beat Giratina, yeah, I didn't catch it in my first Wedlocke, so it's gonna be no different. It's not like that big of a deal. Although, Maryland did lose a Pokemon to it, I believe, in his Nuzlocke, so... Yeah, his Staraptor, I believe, so... Yeah, that's possible. I'll be careful there. What am I gonna do for... I got a lot to think about. I'm gonna sleep on it, is what's gonna happen, because... Obviously, I'm not in the thinking mood, but... You know what? The whole thing of this series has been... What will fate have in store? And if we aren't meant to beat Cyrus without a casualty, I have to look at that as what fate had in store. And I've been looking back on it for a little bit as of the last few hours. I was thinking back on our first Cyrus fight in our Platinum Wedlocke. Not our first Distortion World Cyrus fight in the original Platinum Wedlocke. I remember I had a strategy prepared for my pairing of Cosmotron and Millennium, my Porygon Z, and my Bronzong. I don't care about spoiling the series, obviously, because this one is, like, the sequel to that, so I assume you've either watched it or don't care to watch it. But I had a strategy in mind revolving around Rain Dance, and I wanted a Damp Rock. And I believe I looked in the underground for a Damp Rock for, like, 4 or 5 hours, and I never was able to find one, and I had to record the video, and I had to go on. And I didn't get to use that strategy. I had to go with a different type of strategy. And we ended up losing both of them, and it came down to one single crit against us. We tried everything that we could, and I'm proud with that fight. I'm very proud with how that fight went, even though it didn't work out in the end. But I look back on that, and I wonder, maybe us not finding that damn Brock was, like, truly fate. Like, what if that's the continuation of this playthrough in some way? Maybe I need a Rain Dance strategy. No, that's absurd. But basically, you know what I'm saying, is I feel like that was just fate. I was not finding that Damp Rock after all that time. I wonder how differently the fight would have went had I used a Damp Rock. What if I lost everybody? What if I wiped it and that challenge didn't turn out the way it did? There's all kinds of questions that could be asked in that situation, and it's really interesting to think about based on how this series has gone in a whole. Like, it's been all about fate, and I think that's very fitting that this is what the continuation of that original series is, basically. I know everybody wanted a Wedlocke in this game, and now that I've been playing this, I kind of wish I did one as well. But this was an experiment, and what better way to do an experiment on a game that absolutely everybody loves to watch for the most part. I think that's really awesome, and I couldn't be happier with it, despite... Did I fight you already? I didn't even know that this was like a thing I could go down right there. Did I go up here? Yeah, I did all of this already. I was like, wait a second. I didn't see this rock climb spot. Well, that's cool. It's a little shortcut. But another thing that I wanted to point out is I do want to do a little bit more preparation for Cyrus than I normally do. I don't think I can fight this guy, actually. He's the guy blocking that strength boulder that I said I wasn't going to push in that big montage episode. Yeah, I'll do Plasmius again. Well, Pascal again. Can I not fight you? Yeah, right. You're absolutely right. I'm hopelessly lost. Don't pay attention to me. Yeah, he's got no Pokemon. That's fine. But before I enter the Distortion World, I want to train all of my Pokemon to the level of 48. And that's a little bit more prep work. I don't believe I did that in my original Platinum Wedlocke, which obviously every edge would have helped. And the level limit is 50, but that's for Volkner. That's not too far away, because after the Distortion World, we can pretty much beeline our way to Volkner, and it doesn't really matter. Also, I never do that section. It's, like, always so out of the way to me. I just never go through there. It's kind of like Sabrina's gym, but I have to fight everybody, and it's something I could just talk about. Another thing that I forgot to mention that I wanted to talk about while I did it, it's a while ago, I grabbed a Sunstone. There's a Sun and a Moonstone up here, which is interesting, but I grabbed a Sunstone a couple episodes ago, and I was like, what can I evolve with that? And, like, I don't think you can evolve anything with that in this game. Just all I can think of is Sunflora and Blossom, neither of which you can get Gloom or Sunkern. I can't think of anything else in Gen 4 that would evolve with a Sunstone. I hope I'm not wrong, because I don't think anybody's corrected me on that, but just interesting. But yeah, I want to get everybody to 48 because I believe Cyrus's highest level Pokemon, like the light level limit for Cyrus would be level 48. I could train everybody to 50 if I knew I wasn't going to pass it, but obviously that's a bit absurd. 49 would be more likely, but I'm not going to do that. But I would like to get everybody to 48 before we enter the Distortion World, because there is no battles in the Distortion World other than Cyrus, so it's not going to be like I would over level in there. It's like all just him, so I'd have to fight him, Giratina, and then I could just beeline my way straight to Sunny Shore City. So I'm nervous for everything we have to do coming up here, but I believe in our team, and if we wiped, or if we lost everybody that mattered, that I'll try my best to sit here and solemnly know that that's what Fate had in store. And it's cheesy because I will kind of break the fourth wall a little bit. Hold on, let's roll. We got a 3. I don't think Dan's in slot 3, which kind of, breaks a different kind of wall. Dan's like, no! He's gonna break down some walls so he can fix them. Is that Dan's thing? He goes in houses, breaks in at night, destroys their walls, and then offers their drywall services? That would be a pretty brilliant idea. He is in slot 3. All right, Dan, come out then, because Pascal can't fight any of these Pokemon. Pascal might not be a good idea for the team. I'm actually kind of considering replacing him, permanently. He doesn't give very many good moves. And I think I could probably add somebody that'd be really good for Cyrus, now that I think about it. I wonder what I would do. I got lots of thoughts. I forgot to add the wide lens. I need to go to bed right now. I need to not record this episode anymore because something bad's gonna happen if I don't stop. I might. I'm kind of tired. I don't know. But I can't even remember what I was talking about. I hate recording videos like this because it gets me demotivated. As the commentary's been okay, I'm sure it's not been the best, but it's not been atrocious like I have done in the past when I wasn't mentally prepared. I thought I was fine, but I needed to get hyped up a little more. I don't know. What's up? How we doing today? But yeah, other than Pascal, what was I talking about? I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm just ridiculous right now. Well, how we do it. Anyways, there's only a couple left. Very mellow Corm today. That's what happened in the Candace episode. I was kind of tired when I did that. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm trying to build a better work ethic. Should I go to bed? Oh yeah, there's a rare candy. That's pretty good. It gives me some energy. No, I want to see what happens when I go to the Spear Pillar and use the Azure Flute. Am I gonna use it? Sure. I could use it. Talk to Arceus, start the fight, and then shut the game off and go to bed. That'd be funny, right? Something nobody'd expect. All right, let's put Blasmius up front. I don't remember what I was talking about. And everybody's like, it doesn't matter, Corm, it's fine. But you guys don't understand. Oh, Blasmius in the wide lens. I don't think that was it. It might have been. That's not the point. The point is, it gets in my head and it gets me mad. And I gotta scroll through this bag. Should we fight Arceus? No, I wouldn't even do an attack on it. Let's put it this way. If I started the fight with Arceus, everybody would be like, well, now you shut the game off. That means you cheated. Your team should all be dead. It's not required, so it would be something I did just for the sake of the video. I don't even know if it'll work, because I couldn't get Darkrai to work. I guess this would be an interesting way. Why not, right? You guys get to hear the Arceus music, and I could wake myself up a little bit, just only to go back to sleep. Well, to go to sleep. I've not been asleep today. 6. I mean, I was asleep. My sleep schedule's been pretty good lately. All right, what's the wide lens? Does this hit? It does. We get to the Hydro Pump, which is kind of cool. I wish Arceus only had normal moves, because I could kill it with Blasmius just for the big boy memes. But it's a cool event to show off, because it has punishment, by the way, so that's not going to work. Punishment's a dark type attack in this game. I think it's a normal type attack in later games for some reason. I don't know. I saw a video on Pokemon Showdown where it wouldn't hit a ghost type Pokemon for some reason. I was like, wait a second, punishment's a dark type attack. I think. It might not be. Now I'm like 99.9% certain it's a dark type attack. Then maybe it got changed later for some silly reason. Who knows? I have no idea. But it's also an event that was never actually released. The only way to get it is hacking. So it'd be something that some of you guys would get to see that you might have never seen before. Again, make up for the Darkrai a little bit. I think we have like 3 grunts left. Oh, I wish this was the last one. It is the last one, actually. Also, I would save the game, by the way, because I am aware completely that it's possible it breaks my game. But I'm going to do all the stuff with Faith and Jupiter and Mars and all that after I wake up. Like, I'm going to do it in a different clip. I'm too tired for this. Which, I don't know why I'm so scattered and tired right now, because my sleep schedule's been alright. I went to bed at like 2:30 in the morning last night, which is a little bit later than I had been doing. But I woke up at like 10:30, I think. No, yeah, I woke up at like, I woke up at like at noon. I rolled a 4. Woke up at like noon, and then I went driving. I've been practicing my driving as I've talked. It was day 7. It didn't take too much longer out than I normally do. Came home, edited, finished at 8. Here we are. Procrastinated, watched videos. I don't know what I did. Didn't do much, but here we are. Should have I done this earlier? Yes. I'm going to set a new rule for myself. No recording past 9 o'clock unless like the video was started before then, and get myself a little more pumped up. Because like I've been kind of mellow today is what it is. Like it's been an easy going mellow day. I haven't had my music today. I've been listening to I don't know what's wrong with me today. I've been drained because I've been working on so many videos. I'll take that excuse for 500, Alex. But you guys can probably relate. You do lots of work, right? That could be a sucker punch. Yeah, but it's better than fighting him with Pascal, and we're 7 levels higher. We didn't even use sucker punch. Brilliant. But yeah, like think about it. If you guys do lots of work, right? And then, like, after kind of going, like, I was doing 3 videos a week. Now I'm doing daily. And I'm not streaming or anything because I'm trying to get these 2 done. But it is kind of a bit more than I'm used to as of late. I'll get more used to it. I'm not blaming that. I'm exhausted, basically. All right, yeah, that's all the grunts. We're already at the Spear Pillar. Well, cool. Who would be the funniest Pokemon? I got a good one. All right, Oswald, what's up? Also, if anything happens here, it doesn't count. This is for memes. I wouldn't do this normally. This is just it might not even work. This is just 100% for the memes and for you guys' enjoyment. This doesn't actually count in the lock at all, and I'm not going to even let it get to the point of being able to kill one of my Pokemon, because I wouldn't be able to live with that. Even if I knew it was for memes, it wouldn't set well with me. But I'm not going to let it get to that point, because I'm going to shut the game off, because let's just put it this way. I saved the game because I don't want anything bad to happen if, like, I do this and it, like, messes with some events. Wait a second. Oh! Okay, well, here's this. I thought the Azure Flute... I'm gonna shut the game off really quick before... I'm too tired for this. Before that fight actually begins. Now, you might be like, you should have to do that with the 2 Pokemon you had up front. You're right, but the FateLocke's a little different, and I want to do it legitimately, right? I thought the Azure Flute would start before that. I guess it doesn't work. Oh, do I have to play it? My brain is just dead right now. Okay, what I was going to say is, yeah, they caught me off guard. I should have to fight them with the 2 up front. I don't even know who's up front, so that's not why I did that. It doesn't matter. They're grunts. I'm not too concerned. The point is, you're supposed to put, for a double battle that you see ahead of time, you're supposed to put somebody up front and then roll for their partner. So I will lead with Oswald. I'll make myself lead with Oswald because of what had happened there. I apologize. But I want to roll for the partner because Plasmius is the second slot. I want to do it legitimately. That's not the point. I'm doing that later. Yeah, this doesn't work. I got everybody's hopes up and busted them. Sad times. Can you not do it? Okay, good. A 4. No, not the bag. I was going to go to bed after the Arceus thing. I was gonna fake him out just for the memes, right? It's like I'm drunk. I have no idea. Oh, it's Pascal. What's up? Can I go to bed now? Can we do this later? No, we'll do this first. I don't want to, but that's the rules. And I don't want to get anybody mad about the integrity. Like, ooh, scary double battle I didn't know about. Reset. That's not, I was focused on something else. We're actually going to do it with Oswald. And we wanted to roll for his partner. So I didn't back out anything. Don't, like, hold on to your panties, my friends. Okay. Well, we don't roll for a partner because obviously it's double battle. Yeah, I'll just Aerial Ace Krogunk. And I don't want to fake it out because, yeah, it might have Sucker Punch, but what would faking it out help me with? It might. Let's fake it out. All right, let's fake out the Krogunk and then Ancient Power the Stunky. Because we can then Ancient Power. Well, Aerial Ace the Krogunk afterwards if fake out doesn't crit. Which it didn't. Great, it's going to flinch. Stunky used Toxic, which is actually really bad. But it missed, which is good. Ancient Power won't kill Stunky, but it'll do a decent amount, I guess. Yeah, it did over half. Fine, and we'll do the same thing again. And they'll only be down to 2 Pokemon. 1 Pokemon each. Sure. That went well. Not a scary fight. So, like, I didn't avoid anything ridiculous. I just wanted to see how I could start the Arceus fight. I'm guessing you need the National Dex. Or you have to get the Azure Flute from the delivery man. Or you have to do it after the Distortion World. One of those 3 things is why it's not working. But it's not actually a part of my rule set to do it. Because I've seen people like, why don't you have to fight Arceus if you wanted to fight Darkrai? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's level 80. It's impossible. There's no way it's even possible to defeat it. It would kill everything I have in 1 hit. It's a pointless challenge. Why would you ever force yourself to fight a legendary that's over level 70? Hint, hint. Yeah. Okay, let's Aerial Ace Krogunk. Glameow's probably going to fake me out, but I guess we'll Giga Drain it just in case. Yeah, it's fine. See, I knew it had Sucker Punch. Alright, we can kill it with that. Glameow didn't fake out, so Pascal's going to fully heal himself. Hopefully, Glameow attacks Pascal, because then Pascal can fully heal himself, and I won't have to use any items after the battle. And it'll put me in a good spot. I would just finish... Yeah, oh, great. I would just finish this episode right now, but I'm really tired, and there's, like, cutscenes. So, I'm going to enter the cave again. We're going back into Mount Coronet. I'm going to sleep on the rock bed. And I'll come back. It's like, hey, sleep on the rock bed. It's kind of like no different than before I started my YouTube channel. Like back when I was homeless, slept in my car, on the floor. I've slept on hard things. Now I have a bed, so I'm going to probably hit that. Yee. Please don't tell me I have to do the others right now. Yeah, we don't. I'm not taking any more steps forward. I just wanted to see if it would say, would you like to play the Azure Flute? I'm certain you have to do it, like, right here. Yeah, I'm done. Alright, guys, I am back. I don't know what got into me yesterday. I apologize greatly if the beginning of this video wasn't up to quality standards with how I normally do. I'm sure it's fine. I do this all the time, and the video is fine, but I needed some rest, and here we are, 1 day later, and we're going to go ahead and crush the rest of this episode. Not that there's too much left to do. I believe all that we have left is taking down Mars and Jupiter together with Faith. So, we're going to need Faith right now. Like, not him. We might need him, but anyway, we need to have faith that we can do this without any problems. So, one thing I do want to talk about is earlier on in the episode, what got me so messed up is I forgot something. I was having problems with that a lot. Like, after I ended the recording, the rest of the night that I was awake, I didn't go to bed right away. I would say something and forget it immediately. I had hardcore amnesia that last night for some reason. It was really, really messing with me, but I actually woke up this morning and remembered what I wanted to talk about that got me messed up in the first place, and I still remember it to right now, which is like 12 hours later. So I just had a bad day yesterday, I suppose. It happens to the best of us. But I believe what I wanted to talk about when I first blanked was, it's really interesting that this entire playthrough is all about fate, because I'm actually a person that doesn't really believe in fate, I suppose. Like, in my everyday life, like, I'm always like, it's all up to fate, and in my real life, I don't really, like, I believe some things happen for a reason, right? But I don't know, without getting too into views or anything. Like, I don't care how other people view things. Everybody has their own preferences and differences, right? But I always don't really feel that way. I believe if something happens, it's all on you. Like, nobody is like guiding your life. In my mind, anyways. I don't know if that's too view heavy. I don't mean it like that. It's just I find it interesting that I'm so different in my series for this. It's kind of given me like that belief feeling, I guess, in Pokemon, which is interesting because like I normally feel that way in games, but not in real life. I don't know what the difference is. I mean, I don't know. It was just something I wanted to bring up, and now it's like, well, it wasn't as into the conversation. It was just completely out of nowhere, but I had to mention it. I remembered it, right? Anyways, we have to take on Mars and Jupiter. I don't know who I want to do this with. I feel like Goofy's just a really solid option. Yeah. I don't really know why that would... Like, Goofy wouldn't be bad, right? They have Purugly and Skuntank, I believe, and 2 Bronzor and a Golbat each, so... Scary. I mean, Plasmius probably handles it all really well, right? It's tough. Dimmadome handles it really well, actually. I feel like Douglas Dimmadome's probably my best bet. That's what I was feeling, so I guess we'll lead with Dimmadome. And the Zoom Lens isn't really important for this. I guess I'll give him a Citrus Berry. Actually, Skuntank might have Flamethrower. Maybe we'll give him the Zoom Lens back really quick. What do I want to do here? This is tough. Dimmadome wouldn't be great because, yeah, the Bronzor might have Levitate. It's tough. If I knew they had Fireproof, it'd be easier because I could just Earth... Well, the flying types being Golbat. Okay, I suppose we'll do this with... We'll lead with Oswald. That's tough. I have no idea. All right, we'll lead with Goofy. Goofy just seems like a really solid bet. Whoever I roll, I roll. We'll see. We'll go from there. I want to put Dimmadome back in slot 6, and we'll put Oswald in slot 5, since that's how basically I switched one Pokemon, Oswald for Goofy. Okay, and if we roll a 6, we get Dimmadome. If we roll a 5, I mean, I did that. I had an impact, right? All right, what are we doing here? I'm scared. I'm actually terrified, even though this fight might not be that big of a deal. As long as Faith does okay. All right, I'll make room for Faith. Actually, yeah, let's just make room for Faith. I want to be on the side with Mars, because it matters. Okay, yikes. Oh, I can do this? Okay, yeah, you face Jupiter, because you're the one that lost to Jupiter to begin with. I gotta set Faith up for his revenge. If he's fueled with revenge, he'll want to do it even better for us, right? That's the idea, huh? Anyways, Mars is like, where do you think you're going? I won't let you disturb our boss. If you're not going to listen, you'll have to go through me first. After all, you've made me look bad more times than I care to remember. And I'll be next. You might be tough, but this time the gloves are coming off. Not without Faith, they aren't. Hold on 1 second. Don't you start the party without me, Destiny. Huh, this kid again? Remember me? I'm here to get my revenge. I told you he was fueled for revenge, and his eyes are locked with Jupiter, not with Mars. So, that gives him the best fighting edge, right? It's all about that fighting edge. Ha, if it isn't that little boy, the little crybaby from Lake Acuity. Did you toughen up a bit? Sure, let's have a multi-battle, 2-on-2. All right, time for our third battle against Commander Mars and our second battle against Commander Jupiter. We've schooled Mars every time we've fought her, and the same can be said for Jupiter. The same can't be said for Saturn, but he's not here right now. They both lead with a Bronzor, and Faith has his Munchlax. Let's go for this, Goofy. All right, Goofy, I don't care about this Munchlax. It's arguably the worst Pokemon that he has on his team, so if we can Surf to deal damage to Bronzor and also Surf to get rid of the Munchlax, we can set ourselves up to be great moving forward as Faith has his stronger Pokemon waiting in the wings. So, Goofy needs a partner for this fight because it is a multi-battle. I can't have a partner next to Goofy. I have to, it's like a single battle basically. So, in the terms of the rules. So, we're gonna roll the dice. We got a 2. Who's in slot 2? That's Pascal. Well, that's not good. Okay, Pascal's arguably the worst roll I could have gotten. Whatever, let's just go for Surf. We're gonna outspeed everybody. Hopefully that'll do over half to both Bronzor and over half to the Munchlax as well, so we can get a clean sweep on all 3 Pokemon, and we can move forward stronger with one of Faith's better Pokemon. I don't think it's gonna do over half. It didn't. That's fine. What? Oh yeah, we have the King's Rock. Goofy's a king. We made one of the Bronzor flinch. And the other one's gonna set up Light Screen, which is not the greatest thing in the world because it's gonna make our Surf less damaging. So in this sense, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and Aqua Jet. Surf's just better. Actually, maybe the strategy's killing Munchlax. That seems like a bad idea. Let's just use Surf. What else could they do to us? Sure, Surf's up, Goofy. What are they going to do next? We're not going to knock them out unless we crit them, but we also have a chance to flinch them. But now that I'm thinking about it, we also have a chance to flinch Munchlax. Would that happen? Because that would be pretty bad. Extra Sensory is going to kill Munchlax. Doesn't matter. We're never going to see if we ended up flinching Munchlax. But 3 chances to flinch. That's a 30% chance for a flinch to happen on one of the Pokemon. They both targeted Munchlax, which is brilliant for us because it's going to take no damage on our part, and they're going to get rid of Munchlax for us. Meaning, Faith is going to send out a much heavier hitter in Rapidash. Great Pokemon to send out. Very cool to see. All right, Surf's going to do a lot to Rapidash. So in this sense, I'm going to go for Aqua Jet, actually. I'm going to take the Bronzor on the right out. Hopefully Rapidash will outspeed the other one. Take out the other Bronzor. We won't deal any damage to Rapidash, and we'll be able to move stronger forward with the both of us. And Goofy's going to hit level 47 in the process. Very nice. All right, Fire Blast misses, unfortunately. Yikes. Bronzor has Rock Slide? Why? That's weird. But it didn't do too much to Goofy, and it didn't do much to Rapidash either. And Mars is going to send out her ace, and that is Purugly. That's not something I want to see. Since the light screen is up, I'm going to go ahead and Aqua Jet Purugly. Deal as much damage to it as I can, and if we get faked out, we'll at least get our move off, as little damage as it may be. But they went for Slash regardless on Rapidash. It's good to see that they're targeting Faith, who happens to be the weaker trainer here, not the stronger trainer. And unfortunately for us and Faith, Mars crit the Rapidash, taking it out. But it's not our Pokemon. As long as their side is the ones to faint, it doesn't matter who faints in this battle to me. And Staraptor's going to come out, which is actually brilliant here, because it's going to get an Intimidate off, lowering Purugly's attack, and Bronzor's not a problem here. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and use Aqua Jet on the other Bronzor. This might be seen as a bit of a bad idea, but if Staraptor does use a move, it'll target Purugly instead, which likely Staraptor uses Close Combat, which would actually seal off Purugly immediately, most likely, and I don't want it to waste that attack on Bronzor, and I'll outspeed with Aqua Jet, and I'll ensure that Staraptor's... Nice. Staraptor had the same idea, apparently. That's fine. Aqua Jet can hit Purugly, and we can move on forward from there. Faith, you're not the smartest bulb in the shed. I guess, you know what? I said I lined him up. Hey, the King's Rock made Purugly flinch. Beautiful. And the light screen wears off. So, with their aces being Skuntank and Purugly out, the light screen's gone. Surf will hit as powerful as it possibly can, because we're not going to be hindered by the light screen. And like I was saying, Faith wants revenge on Jupiter. He doesn't really care about that Purugly right now. Although, I really do care about that Purugly. You might want to use Close Combat Staraptor. It crit again. And it uses Close Combat on Purugly. Beautiful work, Faith, because that's the last turn that your Staraptor is going to be able to use. Because, unfortunately for you, me and Goofy don't really care about your Staraptor. You didn't care about Mars's Purugly last turn? Well, we don't... Yeah, it does have Flamethrower. I'm glad I did not lead with Douglas Dimmadome. But that's not going to do too much to Goofy, even though it's neutral. We're going to be able to Surf's up. It's going to fully target the Skuntank. Well, not as... I don't honestly know how that works, but it's going to get rid of Staraptor, like I said. And it won't take out Skuntank, but it will do a nice chunk of damage to Skuntank. Hopefully over half. It did. Brilliant. I crit? No, it wasn't a crit. Surprising. It just did a lot more damage than I had thought it would have. And Skuntank's Citrus Berry is going to enact. The Purugly's Citrus Berry didn't get to enact because Faith took it out in one shot, pretty much, with the Close Combat. And Heracross is going to come in to hopefully do the same thing to Skuntank here, because I'm going to go for Ice Beam on Golbat. I don't want Golbat to use Air Cutter on Heracross like it did, but it is a multi-hit move. So luckily for us, Heracross will survive, because it's going to deal a little bit of damage to Goofy, which isn't a problem for us, of course. Close Combat is going to strike Skuntank, just like I had predicted. That should take out Skuntank, even though it's not super effective. And it did, with a crit. That's some revenge, if I've ever seen revenge before. Great work, Faith. Great work on taking out Jupiter's Skuntank. And I'm going to finish Mars off with an Ice Beam on that Golbat. And that leaves one Pokemon remaining. This was a really great multi-battle with Faith. We took down these two brilliantly, because there is only one Pokemon remaining on their side of the field. And that's going to be Jupiter's Golbat. And I could let Faith take it out to get the final hit on Jupiter for his revenge against what she did to him at Lake Acuity. But I ain't got no time for that. We're going to use Ice Beam on Golbat and steal the day. Unless Heracross really wants to make his owner proud with a crit. I didn't think... Hey, he did. He tried his best. I'm happy for Faith's Heracross. I just hope Heracross doesn't end up knocking out one of my Pokemon in the future. Goofy, you can save Heracross from fainting. Let's just hope that Heracross doesn't kill one of our Pokemon in the future, because that would be some sort of poetic... bad justice because we saved that Heracross's life by ending the battle before the poison could take him out. And Goofy grew to level 48, which is actually the level that I want to stop at before we enter the Distortion World. So Goofy doesn't need to be trained at all. He handled that fight really well with Faith and his Pokemon, Rapidash, Heracross, Staraptor, and Munchlax. Great work, you two. All right, and that is it for Jupiter and Mars. My Pokemon are tough, right, Destiny? I can get even tougher. But you know, that's it for us. We've hit a wall. A drywall! Was that Dan's drywall? I digress. Destiny, I'll help you with this. And he's gonna go ahead and heal up our Pokemon to full, which is a great thing to see. This is it for you, Destiny. It's your show now. All right, thanks so much for helping off. Helping us, Faith. Everything is ready for the creation of a new world. Now all will end, and everything will begin. With this, the red chain made from the crystals of the 3-lake Pokemon. And this, the red chain I replicated with technological means. With these red chains, I will pry open the portal to another dimension. I command that you unleash your power for me. It'd be so funny if red chains started spinning around Destiny 2 and the game just crashed. Let's not hope for that. Dialga, the mythical Pokemon and the Master of Time. And the other one, Palkia, the mythical Pokemon and the Master of Space and Dimensions. That's how they made up for the biasness towards Pearls, huh? They say Dialga first and say the other one. It's like you have a brother and your parents are like, hey, Joey, come here. Oh, yeah, and the other one. And then you're like, my name's Thomas, Mom. I'm not the other one. Maybe that's why Cyrus is so depressed. Maybe he has a brother. I digress. Maybe his brother's got pink hair. Conspiracy theory? He relates to Dialga because he said Dialga first, and then he says the other one being Palkia in vain to his other brother, the pink-haired one. It's Maylene. No, I don't know, but that's a brilliant theory. A game theory! Thanks so much for watching. If I roll a 3, I'll make a video on it. I rolled a 3. I'm not gonna make a video on it. I've waited so long for this moment, Dialga and Palkia. Shaping this world as a double spiral of time and space. Yes, the very things that you have the ability to control. You will do my bidding. I will have your abilities as mine. With the power I wield, I will create an entirely new world. The incomplete and ugly world we have now can disappear. I am resetting everything to 0. Nothing can remain. It is all for making the ultimate world a world of complete perfection. Nothing so vague and incomplete as spirit can remain. The pink one! Mouserat! I should have expected as much. I was drinking my water. I had to take a breather while those 3 Pokemon circled above my head. Yuxi, the being of knowledge. Azelf, the being of willpower. And the other one, the pink one, Mesprit. Do you see? He said the pink one last. The Pokemon have come to protect Sinnoh. Pathetic and worthless, it takes the 3 of them. The 3-lake Pokemon to symbolize spirit, to balance either the Pokemon of time or space. But they can't maintain balance against the 2, not when both Dialga and Palkia are here. Their coming here is in vain. Like my brother. So much meaningless drama. Now, Destiny, you've constantly interfered with my plans, but you will be forgiven. After all, there will remain no spirit for all time when I am done. All spirit will disappear. It will be ripped away from you, from your Pokemon, from those precious to you. It is time. My dream will become reality. What is this pressure I feel? Something is enraged? Oh my gosh. I've never seen anything like it. This was not in my calculations. Those red eyes, that purple, they're so colorful like pink. No, it's interesting. So there is a Pokemon that can only appear as a shadow. It seems a bit enraged. This was not in my predictions. Regardless, the effort is rash and foolish. I have harnessed the powers of Dialga and Palkia. There's no reason that this thing should be a problem. I won't have any more interfere. Alright, he's gone. Let's go home. No, Destiny. Why do we have to give chase? Just let the man die. There's no grocery stores in the distortion world. He'll starve to death. Look, it's the pink one. It's his brother. Oh my god. Can you see the clickbait? Mesprit is this man's brother, and then it shows a big red arrow to Cyrus. Jupiter. I'm sorry I took so long, Destiny. I think I finally found the answer from studying the myths. When this world was made, Dialga and Palkia appeared. Apparently, there was one more Pokemon that appeared at the same time. A Pokemon with much power is Dialga and Palkia, but also one whose name was never to be spoken. So I'll say it right now. Giratina! It's said to lurk in another world. A world on the opposite side of ours. And that's what the shadow was. It must have been Giratina. The pillars are distorting. It's because of that portal. It's joined us to the other world. If it is not closed, the distortion will spread to Sinnoh and beyond. Our world will be destroyed. Are you ready? We have got to chase Cyrus. Nah, I'm just gonna go home. You need to get ready? Well, right here. No, I'm going home. Cynthia, I don't need any of you. Are you Cyrus's brother? You know, I just assumed Jupiter was a girl, but maybe that's a brother. Who knows? Like, all right, there's 3 of them, right? Like, I don't know anything, but I know there's like 3 sets of people, I think. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but there's girls, Saturn's the guy, and then there's non-binary, so maybe it's guy, well, girl, my bad, girl, guy, and then this is they, I believe. So maybe that's it. Cyrus seems super depressed, so maybe he's more wicked and twisted than we thought. Like, and he's also supposed to be 27 years old, which is just wild to me. If I escape rope right here, will it take me to the start? Because I really don't want to walk all the way to the bottom. But anyways, I digress. You might be like, Corm, why aren't you chasing Cyrus? I thought you wanted to destroy him without losing any Pokemon. And to that I say, you're correct. But I want to train first. There was a key word in that sentence. It's called without losing any Pokemon. Please don't take me to the spear pillar. I'm a genius. I'm a genius! So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Nuzlocke variants like the FateLocke here, feel free to subscribe. And in the next episode, we're going to start off by training everybody on this team to the level of 48, which is, fittingly enough, Cyrus's highest level Pokemon. Except for Goofy, because he's already level 48. And I'll prepare strategies and everything that I need for the fight. The final fight against Cyrus in the Distortion world. And we're going to take him on. I have been waiting for this rematch for a long time. It is 3 years in the makings, and I cannot let this go down as yet another failure. We are going to take him down, and we're going to do it without losing not a single Pokemon on our team. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time once we take down Cyrus in the Distortion world. Until then, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Let's do it!